Oh, did I tell you guys about the spider? There was a huge spider and it freaked me out. I don't know if I finished telling you guys about that. So, I keep pots in my living room, and we have a lot of bugs where I live because so where I live, we're kind of what my friend would say, we live out in the boondocks. Not really out in the boondocks, we don't. So we have our neighborhood, right? But on the other side of our neighborhood is just open field. And then there's one house that's like a ranch, I guess. Or at least it was a ranch. And someone still lives there. But they don't have like any animals or do much farming anymore. I think that the builders probably bought like their land from them is what I'm assuming. But yeah, it's all open field, so I don't know if they still own that field or if they just haven't built on it. I know like a couple of years ago they did place some piping down, so we assumed that they were going to be building there soon, but they haven't yet. So instead of building towards where that house lives, it's just still open field. But they did start building, like, entering into our neighborhood, if that makes sense. You'll have to see. It's kind of hard for me to explain, but I also can't really show you guys because, safety reasons. I do have a family. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I get the new soil in everywhere without snapping off any leaves. Alright. I probably overstepped it, but it's okay. The soil is still wet and for the obovata, and then this Della tank soil for some reason was extremely moist too, so we should be good. I probably won't need to water this plant for a while. But yep, there she is in her new pot. Hopefully she'll do good. So anyways, I was saying, we have a lot of open fields, so we get a lot of bugs. Like, we get a lot of bugs. So we got a lot of interesting spiders that I've never seen before out here. And then, out here, like, we're out in the middle of nowhere. We're not. But it's just like we're, I guess, towards the end of the city. And we're like 15 minutes off from the next city where we live. So it is a lot of open field. This is the Bovada. This is from the Hoya Corpus. Let's see. I wonder if I could put this one in here. I mean, I could. It's not much of an upgrade, though. I think we could do that for now. I will have to repot it soon. Oh, but you know that the Della tank doesn't work with these type of pots. I think it'll be fine if I leave it in this way. So we'll put it in there. But anyway, there is a big old massive spider on the side of this pot. Like, it was huge. I kind of freaked out and I dropped it. And we get like a lot of, what are they called? Potato bugs? I'll insert a picture in case you guys aren't familiar with them. Or El Niño de la Tierra, for those of you who are Hispanic. Okay, so I'm re-editing the video, and we got to the part where I was talking about the type of bugs that we get here in my house. So what we thought that we always got was a potato bug, which I'll insert a picture if you guys don't know what a potato bug is. This is what we thought we had in our house. But what we actually get are these, which insert another picture, and that is actually a camel spider. I did Google it just to try to get photos to show you guys about what I was talking about. But yeah, we were wrong this whole time. We were actually getting, I think this is what it's called, a camel spider or sand spider, which, as I mentioned, one side is neighborhood and the other side is just all open field, which I'm pretty sure was owned by the one house that I'll insert a clip of when I was walking one day of a picture I took. Just all open field. A lot of the land used to be farmland here where we live, and now, they are building kind of sad that they're doing that. But anyways, don't want to make the video super long. But yeah. So trigger warning. Sorry, I should have said this earlier. If you guys don't like bugs. My mother-in-law swears that they're poisonous, but if you Google them, they're not. If they bite you, though, it is gonna hurt like no others, but they're not poisonous. Yeah, we do get a lot of interesting spiders and bugs. Like once, my husband, he freaked out, and okay, I have to kind of be the brave one when it comes to bugs and stuff like that, because my husband is not brave at all when it comes to bugs and spiders. He's afraid of spider webs. Okay, let's just put it that way. So I'm kind of screwed when we get like different bugs that come into our house, because I have to be brave enough. I'm not saying man enough, brave enough to handle or deal with it. I'll tell you guys a funny story. It cracks me up every time I think about it. My husband doesn't like me telling it though, but he should have. Oh my god. Okay, so this was years ago. I think we were watching a movie, and it was before my daughter was born, so we only had my son Isaac. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? Okay, so again, this was years ago, before we had my son Isaac, or before we had my daughter, so it was just Isaac. And I think we ordered pizza. We were staying in and we were ordering pizza. I just remember that the only light that we had on in the house was the kitchen light. And I want to say it's because we were probably watching a movie, because that's when we'll do that. Is we'll leave the kitchen light on to have some ambient lighting, but you know, have every other light off so it's dark, kind of like a movie theater, so we can enjoy a movie. Well, my husband went to go get the pizza at the door, and he heard I heard something, and so did he, but we didn't think much of it. We were like, huh, what was that? I don't know. But come to find out, a dragonfly that was stuck in our front patio, because we always leave the front patio light on, you know, for safety purposes. I grew up in a really bad neighborhood when I was a kid, and I had a lot of bad experiences, so I'm not very trusting in regardless of what neighborhood we live in. So for that reason, we always leave the patio light on for my own peace of mind. Oh, my battery's gonna die. I need to switch that. Hold on. Let me show you guys. So that's the Hoya Carnosa. It actually looks like it fits in here perfectly, so that's good. But let me finish telling you guys the story, okay? So a dragonfly flew into our house, and we had just the kitchen light on. So we're sitting there and we're eating, and I think we're still watching the movie, and we keep hearing like this fluttering sound. And we're like, what is that? And then finally we see the dragonfly, and it's flying back and forth in our kitchen, because we just have one long light in the kitchen. And so we're me and my son are freaking out. My son was very little at this time. I think he was maybe 2-3 years old. And so we hid behind our couch, and we have these brown couches. If I have a picture, I'll show you guys. I think actually I still have videos posted on here from when I previously was vlogging of our old couches. So we hid behind the couches, and I was thinking that my husband was going to go and take care of the dragonfly, but no, he ran behind the couch with So there we are, 2 grown-ass adults and our baby son hiding behind the couch, because the dragonfly at this point was kind of just going crazy back and forth, I think trying to get out of our house. And I think it was already kind of like, I guess, how do you say, like disorientated, because it was stuck underneath our patio, right, and where the light was in our patio. And then it flew in because it saw a flood of light when my husband opened the door. So I kept telling my husband, go take care of it. He's like, you go take care of it. And I was like, oh my God, it's just a dragonfly. He's like, then you go. And so I thought of a plan. So I told my husband, okay, we need to try to get it back outside. I'm like, it's in here because it's following the light, so that's what we need to do. So I told my husband, I don't remember if I told him to go by the door to our front door and have it open and have it, yeah, just have it open and ready for the dragonfly to fly out. I was like, turn off those lights, and then I'll turn off this light, and then it won't be able to see. And then when okay, sorry. So I was like, we're gonna turn off all the lights, and it won't be able to see. And then you'll turn on the hallway light, and it'll go to the hallway light. Then turn on the patio light, and turn off the hallway light, and then it'll fly out, out to the front door the way it came in. And I don't remember if that's exactly what we did, but we eventually did get it out. But I just thought it was hilarious that I assumed that my husband would be brave enough to handle a dragonfly. I quickly learned that that's not the case. We're both kind of scared of bugs. He's not too afraid of like bees and wasps. He's kind of like, okay, but if they land on him, he will freak out. But he will try to get them out. But yeah, it was just funny. Like, that's a memory that kind of lives in my brain rent free. I wish like we would have had a camera like back then, or I was vlogging and stuff back then, because that was freaking hilarious. Oh my god, I never expected, because for me, my dad was the one who always was like, let me do this. He was very, como se dice, machón, I guess, like very tough guy, like you can't be scared type thing, right, if you're a boy. But yeah, my husband is afraid of bugs just like we are, so yeah, sometimes I just have to man up and deal with it myself. I know I can't rely on my husband to do it, because he has his every right to be just as afraid as me. Okay, so here's the Hoya carnosa. And it's going to be leaving dirt everywhere. I did wash the pots because they were covered in spider webs. But that's what the Hoya carnosa is looking like, and she looks beautiful. Sorry if you guys don't like that I need to use, like, I guess, kind of endearing, like, beautiful instead of beautiful type of things. I'm just used to doing it. And then here's the Hoya ovovata. I'm kind of thinking that maybe we should have put the ovovata in there, but I don't know. It looks really cute, and then plus the little pot barely used to fit in the hammock I had it in. Hammock. Oh. What am I thinking of? Not a hammock. The hangers, the plant hanger. I have plant hangers for these, and these hang in my kitchen, in my dining room. Both of these have bloomed for me, which I'm excited. I'm hoping that I'll get more blooms now. I think they were giving me, what do they call them? Death blooms before? They're all tangled in with each other. Yeah, I think they were giving me death blooms before, but hopefully it'll give me happy blooms. If not, I'll take the death blooms too, but I do want my plants to be happy and not struggling, so a ver lo que pasa. Sorry, I'm kind of fixing them here so that they continue growing around the trellis, but they're very full and pretty. They're very full and pretty. Maybe this can be my thumbnail. So we're going to put these back, and then I need to chop my Hoya Lisa, and then I wanted to chop also my, what am I thinking of? One of my pothos, the marble queen, snow queen, pothos. So let me put these away, and then we'll bring those two out with jars so we can go ahead and chop those. Alright, I'm back. So this is my Hoya Lisa Australis. You guys can see this vine just keeps on growing, but this one for some reason just won't grow. Like, I can see the little nub. I don't know if you guys can see it on there too, but it has a little nub. It just doesn't grow. So I'm going to try to chop it. And then this is my Pothos Snow Queen or Marble Queen, whatever you want to call it. She ain't doing so good, and I don't really know why. as far as I can see, it's not pest. It could just be cold. She is in an area where every time the door opens, which we do let our dog in and out, so that could just be why. But she is starting to get a little bit less full here and getting kind of leggy. So we are going to chop her back a fair some amount. So I do have my shears here already to go ahead and chop in 2 bases. This is some jar from some product that we had, most likely either jalapenos or yellow peppers. We do like our food spicy, so we have a lot of stuff that we buy, and I was saving all the jars. And then this I know I got like at the dollar store. I'm pretty sure I had 2, but I think I might have sold some propagations and left it in the jar. Told them they could take with. Good deal, I think. Plant and a jar. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and chop. So let me bring you guys down, and so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So it does have 1 last leaf down here, and I want to give it the opportunity to grow. So I think we're gonna chop about here. I'm waiting to see if it bleeds, because if it bleeds, then we're good. Yeah, it's bleeding. Okay. And then that one will go in here for it to root. Then the more fuller jar will be for the propagations we take from that one. But we are going to go ahead and sanitize the shears really quick. Just throwing all my trash in the, what's it called, pots that I have. I'll have to let you guys know how my Syngonium albo does with the repot and the chop of those roots, because that was a whole lot of roots. Not even gonna lie, that was a lot of roots. Okay, so there's that. Now, like I said, we're gonna make significant amounts of chops. So I think we're gonna chop back here, that there, and then I think probably here, get that vine there, and this one there. This is the last one. We'll chop right there. Okay. So now she's this cute little little plant that's barely trying to thrive. And we have, if you guys can see, we have 2 little baby leaves in here. So she's doing fairly good. Look at that. You see the little tiny leaves? Let me bring her in close. Aren't they cute? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this plant's just being... One, I think it needs a bigger pot because it does have a whole lot of roots on the bottom. I can feel it. I'm pretty sure that one probably needs to be repotted. But 2, I also just think it's getting kind of cold damage from the door. I'm just trying to think, should I do singles or multiples? Like this one has a missing leaf here. Sorry, I know I was saying something, but I forgot. I know not all the props, I think that's what I was saying, are going to make it. Some of them will die off, so it's okay that we have so many. And then I don't like to keep multiples of the same plant. I think that's what I was saying. So I typically will repot all the cuttings back into the mother plant, and I'll just have one big bush of a plant, which is what I like. this is... Okay. I might need another jar. Yeah, I think I'm going to need another jar because we still have all of this to go. And this one's fairly full already. Let me go get another jar. Okay, so here's another jar that I saved. Obviously, this was a salsa. The Tostitos. It's a cheese. Oh, it was a cheese. So we like making what we call... Now I'm drawing a blank on what we call it. Hot Cheeto bowls. So it's essentially like nachos, but with hot Cheetos. When we went to school, our high school used to sell those. So they would sell nachos, but you could get like different kinds of chips, and they would add nacho cheese to it. And my favorite of all time was hot Cheetos with nacho cheese. So they would cut the bag open to its side, and then they would just add nacho cheese, and it was like the best thing in the world. And from time to time, I crave it. And obviously, it's not the healthiest. I mean, obviously, it's not healthy at all for us to eat. But, oh my gosh, it's so good. The day I can't eat spicy food anymore is going to be the saddest day ever. Because I keep hearing that, like, people saying that like, the older they get, the less spices they get to eat. And I'm like, that's not going to work for me because I eat all my food spicy. With the exception of, like, breakfast stuff, you know? So, no sé qué voy a hacer cuando me viene el tiempo. Okay. And then I'm tempted just to rip this one up. Doesn't have that much variegation anyways. I'm just putting that one in like that. Alright, so now we have our 2 cuttings, or 3 cuttings. We have the Hoya Lisa, and then the 2, I think I might actually move some of these over here. Take this leaf off. Put that one there. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So all we have to do now is just fill them up with water, and then we'll put these plants back. I'm going to go ahead and clean it since I have an extra wipey here. Okay, so I've also decided to go ahead and chop my begonia. This is my begonia amphioxus, and it's just completely balding from the bottom, and I think, honestly, it's because of these clips. I think the clips kind of are too tight around the plant and kind of kill it off. So I'm not sure how else to support this because I don't really like tying it. So like this one's completely killed off. I'm just going to chop that back. It doesn't look like it's going to make it. But I do want a bushier plant of this anyways. And I've heard if you chop begonias back, they can just grow back. And I have also seen that myself. So one, I want to buy a plant trellis for it. Preferably one that I can actually maybe use like twine to kind of like the trellis that I made for the other begonia, sorry. That's what I'm thinking, but see, it's a when I take out all the support, it's a very sad begonia. So I'm just going to chop it. It does look like it has several growth points already, but we'll go ahead and just maybe cut it from here. Put that in there. This one we're just going to chop there. We'll chop this here. There we go. There. And it already has like little baby growth there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, but I'm doing this in hopes that I can get a much prettier amphioxus. Because look at this. It only has 2 leaves. Look at all that stem. I think I'm just going to cut that off like that. Or even more. I know like all of that can grow, but I mean, honestly, no. We're not going to. We'll cut that there. Okay, that should be good. And then we'll put it back in the cabinet there, because I do want to keep this in the cabinet, even though, I don't know, maybe it'll do better outside of the cabinet. I've been thinking about just moving the begonias out. So we have this little jar now of the begonia amphioxus, and then we have this little pot of hopefully what will be little baby amphioxus. I thought it was a watering thing, but there's like a dead one down here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I thought it was like a watering issue with me, but I don't know. I don't know. Am I the problem? Because look at this. This, yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I'm not no plant expert. I'm just trying to figure things out. So we're going to add water to that and put just this back into the cabinet here. Where she'll hopefully start to grow more. Hopefully. Hopefully, you guys, hopefully. So I think that's basically it for today. Sorry about that, my daughter needed some help. But I was saying, I think that's basically it for this video. I don't know how long it's going to be. I was originally with the amphioxus going to do cakey paste instead of chopping it up. But I decided to go ahead and chop it because I was afraid of activating the nodes and then it's still not growing. And then I'll kind of be out of the option of actually chopping it. Although I heard if you chop it, it will just grow like a new stem from the very bottom. So, I don't know. I was just kind of scared. But this is cute. A little jar of just little amphioxus cuttings. So I'm going to fill this up with water. But I think that's basically it for today's video. I don't know how long this video is going to be. But I want to say that I possibly have enough footage to do an individual video for you guys. But anyways, thank you so much for you guys tuning in and joining in with me on my little plant journey on my channel here. I really did try to think of like what I would call my channel, and I figured because I have so many things that I'm interested in doing, plants, books, going outdoors, like to things, even though we haven't done that recently. It's honestly kind of been a struggle lately financially. Things like I have to financially look at my bills and then make a list of things that I do need to get for my plants. It's a very expensive hobby, you guys. And before it wasn't an issue, but recently we have come across some financial struggles where now we're kind of having to play catch up with our bills. That's the only reason why. It's just we hit some bumps that weren't expected, you know, and that's just life. So, yeah, kind of not going out and about as much anymore because, you know, gas is also way up there. So, but we do a lot of like fishing. We've been going fishing quite often for a while. I wanted to go hiking quite frequently, but we haven't done that in a really long time. We even have our own little water backpacks for each of us. My husband has one, I have one, my kids have one. We have our hiking shoes. So I wanted the channel to be called something where I can kind of show all of that. So that's why I decided to call it, you know, do what you love and do it often. Because honestly, in this life, we've been kind of conditioned to just work to try to get a house and try to afford things and live a certain way. But really, whatever makes you happy is the way that you should be living. So I'm trying to do all the things that I love, which includes reading, plant care, my family, and makeup. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. I feel like I'm getting more views than, well, definitely more views than I expected, because I wasn't expecting anyone to actually watch and be interested. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It really does mean a lot. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos here on my channel. And yeah, until next time, bye.